Hello and welcome back to Shadowrun. After that last episode, I felt like I needed a little break, so I'm just going to do a couple of small jobs on screen and go and introduce us to a couple of Shadowrunners throughout the game, and listen to their stories. Yeah, I need a little work. That's a ghoul killing run. I'll pass. 55 each is lucrative as hell, though. Probably should have took that one. Going to deliver Alan Turing from the Weapon Emporium to Boris's greenhouse. Sure, whatever, dude. I just need enough money to hire Rihanna and get cab fare. It was 8 short. How in the hell was I 8 short? 2 short, whatever the hell it was. Oh god, this game sometimes. Harry's Weapon Emporium. Boris's greenhouse. Just going through the motions here. It's funny, this guy uses the same sprite as the I-Fiver gang, who we haven't had any contact with, but we will run into later. Oh, this guy is usually a Lone Star operative. If you want, you can buy frag grenades at a discount, but you can buy them legally, quote, in the Puyallup Barrens without the risk of getting arrested. Alright, two more jobs, Gunderson. Take the package to the Halloweeners. Sure, I'll take that. Hollywood to the Halloweeners. These are mostly just, again, escort jobs because I need a little bit more money. After that, I'm going to get Rihanna, and then... Oh god, who wants to pick a fight with me? Seriously, guys, I've... Has word not trickled through the grapevine? I've been shooting up the Orcish underground. Sorry, they're a little more real than any of you could hope to be. Alright. Halloweeners. No business here. Oh, wrong building. That's the Shiwase Atomics plant. I was gonna say, no gang could be running a place that, quite that big. An abandoned shack, yada yada yada. Give me my money. Oh, I hate dealing with the gangs. Let's see. Okay, after this I think we'll go pay a visit to the Jackal's Lantern. I'm looking for some work. Halloweeners, take to the nuke plant. So I just delivered a package from Hollywood to the Halloweeners, who are then sending the package to Shiwase. Interesting. Come back and pay a visit to the Jackal's Lantern up there. It's a Halloweener bar. No thanks, pal. I don't use grenades, and I have a standard policy of taking them away from any AI characters, because I don't need them throwing grenades at me. Wow, they couldn't have walked this package over themselves. Here's the mule they sent for us. Here's the stuff. Now get, mule. You couldn't have dispatched one of your boys to go walk 10 feet. And then you try to have somebody waiting to mug me for money right afterwards. Yeah, I'm sure that was that sounded brilliant in your head. Perhaps that's the reason why whoever planned this run is working for a fucking gang. Sure. And hold him straight, the henchman straitjacket him and drag him off. Here's 50 New Year, now get lost. Looks like a typical doctor. The Jackal's Lantern serves as a hangout for the Halloweener street gang. It's a disgusting bar, and many think twice before entering for fear of gang harassment. We're gonna go meet a dwarven shaman. He's a shaman of rat. Now, shamans in Shadowrun tend to embody the ideals of whatever their totem animal is. A rat-like dwarf is here. He stares at you in silence. I'm looking for some information. I usually don't share such things, but I guess I could tell you something. What's your story, chummer? I've lived in Glow City all my life. I was slumming in the sewers, but it got me nowhere because I had no purpose. And because everyone was larger than me. Glow City is the Redmond Barrens, because it's highly irradiated. And I heard my totem calling. I have embraced that power, the power of Rat. Rat has shown that force is not the only way to succeed. When I find some companions to work with, I'll be able to use my talents to finally get out of this dump. I need some questions answered. Tell me about shaman magic. Shaman get their powers from nature. We use her forces to achieve our ends. This is superior to mages who force the spirits to do their bidding. As you can tell, there's a little bit of interfactional hate going on here. He shows you his rat totem, a dingy block of wood. Each shaman has a totem that seeks them out. This totem represents an animal from nature. Rat chose me to follow his ways. Rat wants me to protect myself by looking for opportunities to use guile and misdirection in lieu of combat. Rat bestows benefits by means of this totem. What can you tell me about the local area? The Rat's Nest is a haven for squatters and other transients. It used to be a city dump, until the city died. Even I, a follower of Rat, will not hole up there. Glow City sprung up when they ran out of room in the Rat's Nest. Sure, there's some minor radiation leakage from the nuke plant, but it's no big deal. Let's talk about a different subject. How much do you cost? Only if this is a simple job. I don't like to fight. 135 for a single run, 1,350. I'll talk to you later, chum. So that's Ricky, a rat shaman. If you desperately need help in the early game, say you started as a decker and don't have access to, a decent gun, or you didn't sell off some of your starting equipment, then you could be in trouble in the early game. However, starting as a street samurai, it's pretty easy to kill stuff. I'm gonna call a taxi. We're going to downtown Seattle. We're going to go hire Rihanna. And after that, Rihanna is going to start making us money. And I get to show you guys the Matrix. We'll deal with magic here in a later episode. I'm not carrying anything illegal, so I shouldn't have to worry about anything when Lone Star shows up. I'd like to go in. Oh wait, no, I need Club Matchstick. This is where Caleb is. So I walk right past it. Builds interest. Human guards the door, checking IDs and cred sticks. Hey Rihanna, I'm looking for a good runner. Care to sign on? I need someone for the short term. Alright, this is Rihanna, who's got a very different set of stats and already has some cyberware installed. She's got carrying 2 medkits. The Mach 22 SMG. This was to get around licensing from, say, the Uzi and other and such things. Lion Duster and a trauma and stim patches we haven't seen yet. These are basically first aid kits for people with a low biotech because they automatically restore 20% of your physical or mental condition with each use and does not call for a stat check. Now, as you can see, Rihanna's got very different stats. High intelligence, high willpower, exceedingly quick. Very charismatic. Good with an SMG, most importantly, 6 computers. That is extremely expensive. 2.3 essence out of 6. She's got, I believe, 2... Let's take a look what she's got, actually. Wired reflexes 2. Wired reflexes, in essence, makes everything you do faster and everything you do better. Someone with wired reflexes actually has... I believe in this case they have fiber optic cable laid along their nervous system. They have a smart link and a data jack. And they're not bad with electronics and have a decent reputation. Also, because I have Rihanna present, I could have used her presence to get into the Icarus Descending. So now that we've got a Decker, we can make use of the Matrix, finally. Mind you, our decker she is a very good decker by the stats. We're going to head into cyberspace. System search.
Accepted.
Alright, we're going to load up our stuff. No memory is available. Okay, so here's the thing. Our deck is too crappy to even handle a third program right now. The MPCP is the Master Persona Control Program, basically the deck's brain. It's got 30 MP of memory, 100 MP of storage, and 10 MP of load input-output speed. This is a really crappy deck. While we're in cyberspace, we don't use the decker's physical stats or attributes. We use their skills plus the stats of the deck. In this case, 3 for everything. Masking is used in combination with deception to get past security. Sensor is used with scan or analyze to determine what the node is. Evasion evades incoming attacks. Bot, it reduces incoming damage. Welcome to the Matrix. That thing in the center is the persona, and we're entering a system access node, unlisted. Alright, we're entering the system, and we are headed towards a sub-processing unit. So, first things first, we're going to try and...
Passcode rejected.
Okay, the passcode was rejected. We're still refreshing.
Passcode accepted.
Passcode was accepted. We are now in sub-processor unit. Orange. The color of a node determines its grade, and as you go from blue to red, things get progressively more... Ooh, that's a data store. That is what we are after. Things get progressively more dangerous and more powerful. You can generally tell how dangerous a node is by how quickly that diamond is spinning in the center. Syntax error. Okay. This is a barrier ice. This is going to do is very slowly send little pulses off the screen right there. And if those go off screen, they have a chance to trigger an alarm. So we're going to try and crash it by sending junk data to it, using the attack program. And there we go. We did it. Now that we're in a data store, this is financial data, so we're going to take some information from here. Bank account numbers. Security expenses, that's a big file, could be worth it, we don't have enough storage. I'm going to take security expenses, a smaller amount. Our actions have been noticed by the system. That means a passive alert is now in effect. They've determined that someone is in the system who should not be. Can't download. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. Once we get to an active alert, we're going to pull the plug. Okay, your actions have been noticed by the system. All precautions are now enforced. There is a decker who is now on scene and is going to try and find it, essentially trying to turn the system against us. So we're going to pull the plug. And now we're going to go in and sell that information. Because we did this right outside Roscoe's. 200 new yen, right there. Bank account numbers. And it's random whether you get anything of value or not. But for about 2 or 3 minutes worth of work, 500 new yen. And we still get retain Rihanna's services. So again, I will be doing some more grinding off screen to purchase better equipment, to improve Rihanna's stats, etc. Let's see. Anything else I should go over? Oh yeah, if you go to magic, you see simply your defense versus physical and magical spells, depending upon if you're a mage or not. If you're a mage, this is something very different. And you actually get to pick and choose your spells here. I'll get into magic another time, though. I hope everybody's had fun. I'll see y'all later.